Marcus Satterfield's in his new role as the tight ends coach, but still the offensive coordinator, still the play caller. And you get the sense this feels a little bit more what Matt Rule wanted it to be. And, last year they had to bring in Bob Wager. I don't think Bob Wager necessarily was a part of the original plans, as we know. And then Bob Wager quickly had his incident happen where he was out of the picture. They had to kind of reshuffle things and whatnot. And, the tight end room didn't have, they lost their coach like the week of fall camp starting. And Satterfield had to manage all that and manage the offense. Now he's got Glenn Thomas, and now he's running that tight ends room as well. And you get the sense he's really comfortable in this role.
Oh my God, you really do. He said he loves it. He did say the word, I love this role. Now he gets to balance coaching tight ends who are heavily involved with running an entire offense. He did say they are focusing on the passing game. So here's the thing. He's still working with quarterbacks. We know who's in charge of them. It's not him. It's Glenn Thomas. But he still gets to work with them. So yeah, he's got a good deal. Plus he's got a good tight end room. He talked a lot about a lot of stuff today. He was good. Of the 5 people who appeared on the podium today at the Hawks Championship Center, Satterfield was easily the most revealing. He talked about the running back room and said, he did say Dante Dowdell looks good. He says he's very, very, very physical runner. We'll see on all that. I'm not jumping forward on Dante Dowdell. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I've been doing this. Yeah, I say I've been doing this long enough to know that usually every player gets a positive praise this time of year, but we've heard some negative ones already.
Yeah, Emmett Johnson. He said Ramir Johnson's practicing evidently,
and Gabe Irvin Jr. out.
Right,
but he's been playing a lot of football here. I wrote today, I think we'll see a bounce back season from Gabe Irvin Jr.
Okay, I like that.
And I got challenged. Of course, people on the board challenged my prediction there, but I think when healthy. And that's the key. Can he stay healthy?
Yeah.
He's very effective.
Oh, I go back to Colorado. Game. Nebraska was starting to heat up because he heated up. And I thought when they got him heated up, remember, I think it was the second quarter, we were saying, okay, I think they're going to be okay here. And then it went south because the quarterback went south for Nebraska.
What I like is the schedule.
And he went south for good, by the way. He's back down.
I think for him, there's a schedule to develop him better now.
Yeah.
Instead of having, his whole career, he's open on the road against Power 5 to start the year. If he can just develop some confidence early, I think he could take off. I really do.
All right, Sean. I don't mind
that.
Yeah, I will hold you to it. Don't forget about Ramir Johnson either. And don't forget about Demetrius Bell. He got mentioned at least twice today. Demetrius Bell.
As a wide receiver.
Yeah. Number 11, 6 foot. He's a littler guy, 6 foot 175 from Nashville. But Satterfield mentioned him, and so did.
All right, hold that though. I want to talk about some playmakers in the scrimmage to watch going forward.
Dylan mentioned him too.
Yeah, the Satterfield though. Back to this role though. I'll also be curious when this coaching rule that we assume is going to pass to allow unlimited bodies. Can they beef up even more, like with quarterback instructional people and other people behind the scenes as on-field coaches? What's stopping you?
I wonder what they do there. If they hire a backup quarterbacks coach, like a number 2 quarterbacks coach. I don't know if you need to do that or not.
Well, Adam DeMichael, was a former quarterback and is a quarterback expert already on the staff, and he's got experience. So
maybe you would.
Does he elevate to on-field?
I don't know.
Played quarterback at Temple.
I don't think any of that is a given. There's some coaches that will load up the staff. Some won't. I don't know what rule.
Yeah, you could have two. I mean, there's a scenario where you could have too many cooks in the kitchen.
100%, Sean. So yeah, what will that look like? And by the way, while we're on that topic, I heard yesterday, I know you hate it when I do this because this is tunnel talk material, but it's going through, and it'll probably be through by June 1. June 1 is when, by June 1, that new legislation will be in place.
Okay, think about this. How many Power 5 schools are there? What, 65?
In that neighborhood.
If every Power 5 school is able to add about 10 more on-field coach bodies, that's 650 more jobs.
That's good. It's good. It's good for the coaching industry. It's good for the players. It's good for the product. The product we watch on Saturdays. More coaching should equate to better play.
Yeah, they've always said with football, the teacher to student ratio is the worst of all the sports.
Right.
Like the sport has been held back because of the equity that people try to create that doesn't really exist.
Not anymore. So this rule is going. I mean, I think at this point, Sean, it's a formality.
Well, and if you're the other teams, why would you upset the top of the game? Because you need the top of the game to give you those paychecks. The lower part of college football exists because of the paychecks they get to play SEC and Big Ten teams.
Yeah, that's part of it.
And when those teams break off someday, which will probably happen eventually, that money's gone.
Yeah.
So those lower teams can't really continue to resist and try to act like they're equals. They're not.
Boy, that's such a hard conversation.
It's real. It's reality. And they're still going to get a playoff spot.
Don't yell at me.
In the group of 5.
Yeah. It sucks. It does. That's not the college football that I will. It's really too bad.
Yeah, but if you just had like a normal blue collar job and you drive by the neighborhood of mansions, like that's not fair. Is that not fair? I mean, that's just reality. Like as much as we try to create this equal balance, it doesn't exist in any form of life.
Not really.
The people that have more resources.
Well, I don't expect it to be equal, but I still like having those schools to be part of the scene.
And I think they are, but by them not holding this back, helps their cause probably. Because if they upset the top schools, this is another thing that said, hey, we're just going to leave you guys.
Yeah.
We won't schedule you anymore. We're just going to leave you guys.
Right.
And some of those teams make $2 million to come play a game like this.
Yeah.
And they need that money. And they need that.
Absolutely.
They need that playoff money.
Right.
They need all the money that the power schools drop down to them. And if they lose that money, there's a lot more teams that won't be able to play football.
Right.
So it is an interesting discussion.